Hello, everybody. Hope everybody is doing unbelievably well. I'm excited. I have 15 minutes or less to share with you what I want to share with you. So, this 15 minutes or less will change your life. And this is only for people who are in a particular place and really want to see change in their lives and they want to see something happen right now. All right. First of all, for those who don't know me, you probably see my videos floating around. You probably see me talking about a lot of stuff I do. But let me just give you a brief run back of who I am. I'm just a young Black male who grew up in the inner city, the son of a 15-year-old mother and a 21-year-old absent father who I never met until he was deceased. First time I saw my father was in his casket. I grew up around poverty, even though my grandparents did fairly well. We never struggled. I saw poverty everywhere. I saw the binds of struggle and difficulty and suffering, and there weren't many visions or of opportunities. But fortunately, in my path were people who believed in me. In my path were people who challenged me. In my path were people who saw what it would take me years to see. And since then, I have started and brought to profitability 47 companies. As a matter of fact, the first company I started over 35 years ago, which was Stay Fit Fitness and Training, is still alive and well and doing business as Master Fitness 21. I shifted how I worked and what I was doing, and I brought that online, as I have with so many other things that I've done with the businesses I've decided to hold on to. But I've written 26 and written and published 26 books. I have clients across the globe: Sweden, Italy, the UK, South Africa, Kenya, Perth and Sydney, Australia, in the Caribbean. All of this started from one little boy who said, "This is not my lot in life." Now, in order for me to take on that challenge of moving out of what most people that I grew up around are still in some way or another, I had to take on a mindset and change my beliefs. What I'm here for today is, in this short 15-minute period, I'm going to offer you something that isn't going to be there long, and it's something you can take advantage of. It's something you can jump on immediately. But I want to ask you some questions. And because I'm 15 minutes and I'm already 3.5 in, I've got my little notes. You know, normally I'm long-winded, and I have put so much energy, effort, and time into mastering and knowing and understanding what it is that I do, that I can just go. I've just done it for so long, and I've consumed so much that I can talk about any topic that I'm passionate about for hours on end. And so when I get going, I just let it flow and I let my heart speak. But what I want to do is I want to be very precise in what I'm trying to share with you today. If you are a person who has this idea of some things you want, some aspirations, some dreams, some desires, some things you want to touch, and for whatever reason you haven't been able to touch it, maybe your vision of your dream is about financial freedom, maybe it's about a more fulfilling career, maybe it's about traveling the world, maybe you want to live in the function and the space of your passion and your purpose. Maybe you want to retire early, maybe you want to start your first business, maybe you want to be the first business owner in your family. Maybe you want to be the first one to graduate college or get a doctorate degree in your family. Maybe you want to move to another part of the world. Maybe you want to pursue your artistic gifts without restraint, or any of a number of other things that you looked at and saying, that's what I want to do. But then you follow with but. I want to help you today. I want to help you remove but, because something my grandfather used to always tell me is, son, when you sit up and you tell me this long statement and you follow with but, you could have just left the statement off because it doesn't matter anymore. I want to take the but out. I want to replace what follows with behind but with what was in front of it and leave it there. And I want to show you how to do it. And I want to show you how I've not only done the things that I've shared with you and more, over the course of the last 35 years. I've helped thousands of people do it. And what I've made up in my mind over the last couple of years is I can no longer consistently go at the pace I'm going and try to meet people one-on-one and make the impact I want. So I'm doing more public engagements. I'm doing more workshops. I'm creating more online courses. And this online course right here, The Unleashed Mind, Uncovering Your True Potential, The Unleashed Mind. And what is it about? It is literally actually the merging of conquering limiting beliefs and the power of paradigms. It's about creating an entire mental shift that changes habitual thought patterns, habitual behavior. It's the merging of cognitive behavioral therapy, linguistic programming, transformational vocabulary, all the things that I use when I personally work with my clients to help them shift. Because here's the thing, a client can come to me and they can have this idea of what it is they want to do, and they can have their mind set on it. And I can say, yes, you can do it. There's nothing you're going to come to me and tell me you want to do. And I'm going to go, you're a little off base right there. You probably want to go back. No, I'm going to let's do it. But the thing is, the first thing you got to have isn't energy and effort. Energy, effort is the result of believing something at a level that you get up and you move on it. If we go to the Bible, James says, you could tell me all about your faith. Faith without works is dead. You could tell me you got faith, but you don't have no works. I'm going to show you my faith by my works. That's what James said. So when you look at me, it's not hard to find out what I believe in, because you can see it in my work. You can see I'm passionate about helping people. I believe in putting in work. I believe in how I manage my speech, how I manage my thoughts, because you can watch me. There are certain things you're never going to hear me say. You're not going to ever hear me use can't out of my mouth defining something that I'm engaging, because can't does not apply to me. Something that my 11th grade English teacher spoke into my hearing. She said, son, the word can't will never apply to you. Don't ever let anybody speak it on your life. Don't ever anybody plant that seed in your mind. Whatever you set your mind to, you will do. And what I have learned is that is so powerful. The mind, when it's unleashed, takes you to places that you can never imagine. And so I want to take the time to introduce you to something. Let me ask you a question. How much would you be willing to pay if I showed you how to get past a poverty mindset to overcome financial stagnancy and achieve financial freedom? How much is it worth to you if I helped you to know how to knock down the walls and break free of the constraints that are binding you from the career aspirations you seek? What would it be worth to you if you could learn how to break free of the fear that and start the new opportunity that will change your life forever? That fear that keeps making you sit still because you are worried about what people will say. You're afraid of failing. You're afraid of hardship. You're afraid of difficulty. What if I showed you how to break through that and touch your dream? What if I showed you a path to overcoming procrastination so that you can seize the moments and the opportunities that constantly pass you by because you're not taking action? Let me tell you something. Procrastination is the thief of time and opportunity. When you procrastinate, when you don't act on opportunities out of fear, trepidation, uncertainty, whatever it is, you're waiting on the perfect opportunity, the perfect moment, everything to line up and everything to tell you that it's safe. Sometimes you've got to step out and move. You want to understand how to overcome all of that fear and procrastinate. What if I showed you? What would it be worth to you? What would it be worth if you could tear down the emotional barriers that are blocking your joy and your happiness? There's some people out there right now that are waking up every day and going to jobs they hate, slowly committing spiritual suicide because they won't step out into the vision. They won't step out to. Some of you had some unbelievable passions at one time, some unbelievable aspirations, some unbelievable dreams, but you set them down. Either maybe it was learned helplessness. Maybe you tried a couple of times and it didn't turn out the way you thought, and you decided it's not God's will. Let me tell you something about God's will. God's will is that you prosper. God says, I know my plans that I have towards you. It's not for you to have hardship. It's not for you to suffer. It's not for you to be in poverty. It's not for you to go. It's for you to prosper. So then if it's for you to prosper, then anything that is beneficial to you that you will use to benefit others is not being withheld by God. But some of the things that you're going to have to do in order to have it means you're going to have some consistency. You're going to have to believe at a level that even when the ground begins to shake, you don't falter. Because I'm telling you that most of the things that I accomplished, when I started out writing, I didn't know I would be at 26 books and barely scratching the surface and inching. I'm dropping book number 26 Saturday, and I'm already on 27. I didn't know, but one thing I knew was there was something inside of me that was coming out and nothing was going to stop it. When I started company number 1, I had no idea that it would be 47 because I came from an idea that you do something and that's all you do. You do it and you do. And then I decided if it was something I was going to do and I felt good about it and it was going to bring somebody some joy, some happiness, a blessing, I was going to do it. I don't care how many times I had to start something, do something, I was going to do it. And when I started, I was going to finish. That was it. I'm no better than anybody else. The thousands of people that I've helped, the people who have put these unbelievable testimonies on my site are no better than the people who are watching this video who are sitting up and going like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to show you what to do. In this course, you're going to get, oh man, I'm going to show you in a minute, but here's what it is. This course is ultimately going to be a lot more, but it starts next Tuesday. And for any of the cohorts for the first class, the cohorts up to Tuesday who sign up are going to sign up at $97. And they're going to get a lot of things for signing up at $97. After Tuesday, it goes to the beta phase where we're going to learn the little things that we missed, the little glitches, and we're going to work it out. And at the beta phase, it's going to be $199. Then it's going to go to a probationary phase where it's going to be $597. At $597, we're going to start to test the market. We're going to start to see who's in there, and we're going to determine where the market price or the market value of that course is. And more than likely, it's going to go up probably anywhere from 50, 75 to 100%. But what I'm telling you now, today, you're going to get it at $97. And here's what you get for the $97. You're going to get a course with over 20 hours of lectures. You're going to get a course with over 20 modules that walk you through step-by-step processes that are scientifically proven to prove change. I take all the guesswork out. That's one of the things I do for I compress years into weeks, and I take the guesswork out of getting it done. That is a systematic way to create change. There's a systematic. What's happening when you don't take it? There's a problem with your confidence. There's a problem with your belief that it's possible. What does that come from? That comes from a low self-esteem about that particular. You may have a high self-esteem in some other area, but when it comes time to make that move, the reason you haven't made it is you don't believe you can. Where that comes from? Self-image. I know how to reconstruct self-images. Psycho-cybernetics. It's what I do for a living. It's how I hang my hat. It's what keeps me eating. But I want to show you how you use it to change your life. So here's what it is. You're going to get a complete course with over 20 hours of video lectures, worksheets, guides, and more than 20 modules. You're going to get free lifetime membership to the Epic Realm community of high achievers. That's a $397 value. You're going to get a 1-year action plan designed by my team. That's a $997 value. That's in a complete year of an action plan of a step-by-step process to go after that thing you decide and say that you want. We're going to show you if you take these steps and do it, you're going to get there. Then you're going to also get for $99 for the first people who sign up between now and Tuesday. That's the first cohort. We're going to do cohorts every week. We're going to start a new cohort every Tuesday. But you're working at your own pace. Nobody's going to flunk you or fail you. This is your chance to change. But here it is. You're going to also get, after that 1-year action plan, you're going to get a personal intro onboarding session with yours truly. That's a $500 value. That's working with me instead of going through and just doing the intro video. Let me tell you something. This is how confident I am in this course. First of all, I know that there's going to be a change and a shift in how you look, how you feel, and what you expect before you ever finish watching the intro video on this class. But I know this class is going to produce at a level that here's what I'm doing. I'm doing a dual guarantee. I'm doing first and foremost, I'm doing a credit guarantee. If you don't get out of this thing the goal you set and I sign off on at the beginning of the course, because I'm going to be keeping up with everybody who signs on. When you sign up, I'm going to send you a questionnaire. When you get the questionnaire, you got to complete that before you start the class. And one of the questions is, what is something quantified that you can quantify, you can actually measure, that you want to accomplish? And you've got to complete the coursework. If you complete the coursework, if you don't get it, two things are going to happen. I'm going to allow you to credit your $97 purchase. You're going to credit that to anything else you want to buy that I offer. And I'm going to personally work with you for free until you get there. I'm a minimum of $500 an hour. That's why I said that onboarding with me is a minimum of $500 an hour. And it goes up, it's going up drastically. And that's one of the reasons why I am backing off of the one-on-ones, because I can do a speaking engagement and make more in an hour than I can sitting down and really bearing the weight of a person's dilemmas, because I'm an empath. So everything that you sit in front of me and give me, I'm going to hold it. That's what makes me good, though, is I'm not just looking at a person and their number. I'm literally feeling you. But that wears on me. That's why this week is the beginning of a new quarter. This month is the beginning of a new quarter. So next week, I'm on a mental health break. Every new quarter, I do a mental health week. I have to decompress. But that's that. So you're going to get out of, what else you're going to get? You're going to get the Dynamics of Transformation ebook. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was my second book I wrote after The Invisible Father, Reversing the Curse of a Fatherless Generation. I love taking these journeys because it takes me back to when people were questioning, well, you're going to start a business? You're going to start a fitness company? So I'm 47 in, the fitness company still going 35 years later. You're going to write a book? I'm on book number 26. I've written over 1,000 academic articles, peer-reviewed and published. I've written over 30,000 prose articles. I've ghostwritten books. I've ghostwritten more books than I've written on my own for other people. I've spot written theses and dissertations for others. I'm trying to get people to understand, but it just started with me saying I'm going to. So down this track, anyway, you're going to get a personal transformation guide. Oh, I love this one. This is a new one that I just came up with, and I'm excited about it. I know it's going to work, but you're going to get a personal transformation guide. This is your very own transformation guide. This is not one of the guys that you can go out and everybody in the world and download it. And nothing wrong with those. Nothing wrong with a generalized goal, because they are generalized principles that apply. But what the personalized transformational guide is, it's a 50 to 75 page guide based off of an interview that you do with me or a questionnaire that you complete about the goals that you want to hit over the next year. And you get a personalized guide that's going to walk you through the mental processes, the practices, the research applications to gain an understanding. One of the things that you have to understand in order to grow, you got to be willing to consume. One of the ways that I honor my promise to myself and God that I would grow every day is I read every day. Matter of fact, people, I am grateful to have, and I done gone over that 15. I knew I was going to do it. I am grateful to have written 26 books. But I'm more proud of the fact that over the last 20 years, I've read over 100 books a year. I read 2 books minimum a week. Now, sometimes I go back and read the same book because I'm really downloading. But there's so much stuff out there, and I haven't even scratched the surface. But what it does is, if I'm consuming something that I don't know, I'm adding knowledge, meaning I grew. And I get to control how I grow. And I teach my clients how to do that. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Personalized guide is going to walk you through the things you need to focus on. Because remember, whatever you focus on, you feel. Whatever you're giving your time and attention to, you feel. Whatever you are focusing on, you're going to feel. So what am I saying? I'm trying to get you to understand, for $99, and this is only until this, because like I said, it's going to scale up. After Tuesday, when the first cohort start their course, it goes up to $199. And it's there, if I'm not mistaken, for 45 days. For 45 days, or at least through the remainder of April, it's going to be at $199. Then we're going to move it to the probationary period. After we get it out of beta, we get the kinks out. People say, well, this is happening, that's happening. What about this? What about that? We're going to add some stuff to it. We're going to simplify some processes. We're going to make it better. And you get the benefit from all of that. but you're going to also be in the contributors. You're going to be the inaugural class. You're going to be the people who came in at the ground level. You're going to be a founding partner in this. You're going to be a person that helped build the best version of it. And you're being rewarded by only having to pay $97. $97, and you get all the stuff that I listed on top of the course. The course is just one thing. All those other bonuses are only for the people who sign up before Tuesday. So again, if you haven't achieved the financial success you want, if you haven't achieved the career success you want, if you haven't achieved the academic success you want, if you're not happy, if you're looking at life and every day you're waking up, there's nothing more devastating than waking up and going to a job you hate. Like I said, that is literally spiritual suicide. Do you realize that the day and time that most people, 80% of people, 80+% of people who have their first heart attacks have their heart attacks Monday between 5 a.m. and noon. Guess what that is? That's the first day back to work on a job they hate, with a whole 5 days before they get another break. And their stress levels are through the roof. Cortisol is just coursing through their veins because they're stressed out and they don't see no end. And the only reason they're showing up in work is they got to pay those bills. Another stress point. And that is the thing that I want to help people get away from. You're not trapped in a box. You just haven't explored the opportunities and the options to get out of it. Poverty is not your lot in life. It's just simply a reflection of how you're thinking. Starting a business isn't rocket science. And yes, there's a possibility you'll fail, but that's a possibility your company could go under and you get fired or laid off. Hell, I just read yesterday, McDonald's has closed its corporate offices because it's about to announce over 1,200, something like that, layoffs. You know, who gets fired from McDonald's? Now, I understand there's a lot of corporate jobs where people are getting paid real well, but still, there are no guarantees in this life. So if there are no guarantees, you might as well go for it. You might as well saddle up and put on the best version of yourself and step out into this world and go do something remarkable, because that's why God put you here. You're not here to be average. You're here to be a reflection of the designer, or a reflection of the creator. If the creator in the designer is awesome, remarkable, unlimited in power, then how are you reflecting that, living a life of mediocrity, living a life of defeat, living a life of suffering? Now, I'm not saying you're not going to go into some dark moments. I've been there. I've been flat on my back. I've experienced pain, heartaches. I've experienced delay and disappointment. But the difference is, when you know who you are, you're not shaken by delay. You're not shaken by setbacks. You just simply say, I'm built for this. It's in the design. It's in the gift. I'm built for this. I want to show you that you have the capacity to be everything you've ever dreamed of and more. And right now, you can sign up for this course. Like I said, by the time we go through the markets, tests, and all that in the probationary period, it's going to go from $597 up significantly. But right now, for $97, you can sign on and get all of this. And I promise you, that guarantee stands. If you don't get what you're supposed to get out of it, you can apply the purchase price to anything else we offer. And I'm going to personally walk you to the achievement that was your goal when you set it to start here. You're going to get there. I promise you that. There's no such thing as can't. We're going to get that out the vocabulary. That's one of the first things we're going to ditch is can't. I believe, I know Henry Ford said it, and I believe that it was Socrates who said it first. He who believes he can and he who believes he can't are usually both right. It's time to change the beliefs. On that note, I'm out of here. I want to thank everybody for stopping in. Hello. I hope I don't mispronounce your name if you're still here. Kiriana, thank you for, you say you just found my channel earlier today. Thank you. I hope you stick around. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable remainder of your day.